Hello everyone, this is Nova Xiao-Long, and welcome to part 2 of Final Fantasy X Remastered. I didn't say remastered in the last one, but I did now. So, we're continuing off in the last fight. Sorry on the strict time limits, but I know I do cliffhangers a lot. If I get stuck on a cliffhanger like that, I will do my best to continue it in a 0.5 video. If, like, say I'm in the middle of a fight like this, I'll create maybe a short little 5-minute or whatever video in order to finish the fight and all that. That way you guys aren't, missing out on a lot. But yeah, that's probably how I'll move forward with this game. Now, the character here, I can't remember if I said her name in the last video. Won't be too long before we find out. But the character here is the thief of the game. And her ability, her main thing, is using items that you steal from enemies. That also means that she has really low attack, but she can steal a lot. Now, you can steal an infinite number of items from enemies, but after that first steal, it becomes a lot harder to actually guarantee that you're gonna get something. In most games, she actually becomes one of my main characters that I use. Ooh, got my first level. I say level, but it's not a... This game doesn't use, like, levels 1 through 99. Not like a traditional game. Instead, they have what's called the sphere grid, and I'll explain more on that once we get back to it. I did explain a little bit of it, but, yeah. For those of you looking where you shouldn't, she's 15.
That was close.
Don't do it. But it's true.
Hey, let me go.
She is 15 canonically.
Redek Drak!
Ifin, Irisa, Tekiaka.
Wag Edeku! Gemed?
Fed! Srivadak Risa!
Drelnia Drakisha Dave.
Ifan Petit! Fapuneket Fadrik! Kuno.
That moment when you're hitting the gut so hard you pass out. Considering how little damage she does to monsters, though, that doesn't make sense. Especially given her weapon is like a claw slash gauntlet thing that she uses to basically punch enemies. So yeah, makes no sense.
Hey, that hurts.
Usujek, Rain?
Whoa. Okay.
I cannot take the guy with the mohawk seriously.
Right, whatever.
Tui hud kabeg?
I said I don't understand.
Rakonala!
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
Okay, so this is your first chance to get an Albed primer. First, there is a cutscene that people can miss if it's not triggered. There we are.
What's this? Some kind of crane?
Rahui! Kadya vijavonu strana!
All right. You don't have to shout.
That'll come into play later. But here's Albed Primer number 1, I believe. Yep, volume 1. You now know the letter A. And we got our first trophy, Speaking in Tongues. Save. All right, so talk to these people. If you notice, now all the Y's have been replaced with A. That is basically the cipher. Eventually, all the white will turn pink when you're talking to people in Albed, and you'll actually be able to understand them. Really neat. Do talk to people, especially in the beginning of the game. They give you stuff.
Sujait! Kadufu et setedamo!
Okay, I don't believe I'll be spoiling over much here. This guy, his name is Brother. In the sequel to this, you see a lot more of his personality. And because I've played that sequel, I cannot take him very seriously. So yeah.
Oh, almost forgot.
And now she explains how to level up. Again, I will leave this stuff on screen long enough for you to read them if you pause the video, but I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I have played this game so many times. I know the sphere grid, I know how to do the sphere grid. So if you want a more technical how to do this, how to do that, feel free to pause. Otherwise, I'll give my explanation, and you can probably skip that if you want. Okay, so now for my explanation. This is called a locked node, level 1. Oh, sorry, wrong button. So what this does is basically block your path. Eventually you'll get these things called key spheres. Get the matching key sphere, level 1 key sphere for level 1 lock. You unlock the path to a new area where you can, go off the main character's path. Or issued character, whatever you want to call it. This can later, see? This is the white mage's path. Eventually, you can go onto that path as soon as you unlock it. Right now, we have Titus, he's the speed hitter, so he gets access to cheer, flee, provoke, stuff like that, which will extract speed. That'll be important ish, and haste. Basically, he's the guy that dashes in, hits the fast going. Sorry, that's a different character's thing. He's the one that hits the fast enemies. Now, for most of this game, you'll basically be playing rock, paper, scissors with all the enemies. I say most because there are a few outliers, like some bosses and specific enemies that have gimmicks and stuff. And dear God, they are annoying. Now, next explanation. How to move. You can use either the analog stick or the cross pad. Personally, I use the cross pad on this. Just select move. You can only move if you see that S level, or SLV. You can only move how many sphere levels, SLV, that you have. And if you notice, it goes down to 0. That is because leveling in this game is a resource, not a gauge on how strong you are. It does still take more and more things to get. Think Dark Souls here. It's the more you level up, the harder it is to get the levels. Next, we have ability spheres. These unlock ability nodes, giving you new abilities like cheer, haste, all your magic, all your skills like haste, cheer, extract speed, all that stuff can be unlocked via ability spheres. This is a defense sphere. This is an attack sphere. They both use power spheres in order to activate. Next, you got agility and accuracy. These both use speed spheres. Same with accuracy. Already said accuracy. Extract speed is an ability that, extracts speed spheres. It allows you to get stuff you need for unlocking these. Evasion, also speed sphere. Health spheres are also under power. Magic spheres, you need an MP sphere in order to, or a magic sphere, not an MP sphere. Big difference there. MP spheres actually take these nodes here that are empty and turn them into magic spheres that you can activate in order to get more magic. Sorry, I'm trying to... Okay, so you need a magic sphere in order to activate these. Speed, power, magic, ability. I think that's basically it. Speed spheres have the most use in my mind just because of how many things activate with them. Same with power spheres. Those are fortune spheres. The only way to increase luck in this game is through fortune spheres. It's one of the few ones that you'll get very rarely. And because of that, you'll end up bribing enemies in order to actually unlock all the stuff. Now, when it comes to this stuff, to be honest, I'm honestly not sure how to, or how, like, getting the trophy works, because you have to get this whole map for at least one character filled in. If you use, say, an MP sphere on one of these empty nodes, odds are you might have to, for the trophy, activate that node now with an ability sphere, or whatever sphere that you use to change it into a health or a magic or a speed or whatever. Making it a little harder. I don't know if to get that trophy you have to activate everything, or if you have to literally travel each and every path. Because if you have to travel each and every path, that's going to be a little hard. Especially, like, say, okay, say there was something right here. You only have to move to this one in order to activate what would be here. Does that mean you have to actually make your character travel to this node right here? I honestly don't know how that works. Or this one. Do you have to hit each and every one of these 3 spots, or do you just have to get to here and have these activated? I'll have to look that up on the answer. Tell you guys next video or something. Okay, so eventually you will be able to basically go into all these different areas. Each character has, like, Titus is like this corner. The white mages, this is in the middle here, I believe. Up here, I believe, is Riku's. No. Hers is here, so... Oh, dang it. I'm sorry. I spoiled her name. I mean, it's not far off. It literally only... Sorry. Let's go back to this. Anyway, so you gain levels, you use them to move across the board. Simple as that. You use items called spheres in order to activate the things. Doing so increases, activate a strength sphere, you get more points in strength. Activate a defense sphere, you get more points in defense. It really is that simple. Each character has their own little path geared towards set stats. Titus, you'll see, has a lot more speed-based things. And while he does get quite a bit of attacks, or attack strength spheres and stuff like that, he is a speed-based fighter. You'll get more turns with him and such. Riku, also speed-based, but she's more geared towards support and stealing and stuff. I already spoiled her name, I'm sorry. So I'm just going to keep calling her by, given name and all that. So yeah, she's your thief. I'll try to not spoil anyone else's names until they pop back up. But yeah, so eventually everyone's paths will cross, and you'll basically, like, Titus will be able to steal eventually, and then he'll be able to heal and use black magic, use other characters' things. Assuming, of course, yeah. So, my recommendation, it is not technically the best way to play doing what I'm about to recommend. My recommendation, choose a handful of characters. Once you finally get them all unlocked and stuff, find your favorites. Use them. Use them solely until you're able to use or set up the method of grinding levels. And,
1,000 ancient ruins right beneath us.
yeah.
It's not active now, but there should still be some power left. We're gonna go down there and activate it. And then we should be able to salvage the big prize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to work.
Roger.
Okay, so as I was saying, find 3 characters that you like using and use them the most. Now, my favorite characters, ironically, don't get much use. I end up using 3 specific characters. Nova, who's Titus in this, technically. So Titus, for hitting the speedy guys, because no one else seems to be able to hit the speedy guys. Once you're able to customize weapons, you don't really need Orin anymore, because most of his weapons bypass certain enemies' defenses. But my main go-tos are Nova, Riku, and the White Mage. I use Riku because she can act as secondary healer later down the line. And a lot of her items that she steals helps a lot. Let's see. Follow the chain. Now again, you can die in these areas. Also, I do not recommend using this place to build up. I once thought I'd try to do that. It was not a smart idea. If you want to get into a few battles to steal some grenades, like just have your main character do the killing while Riku steals. Oh, I want to set that to memory. Just to stock up on some grenades for her for the boss fight about to happen. Well, not about to happen, but close enough. See, you got a speed sphere. You get speed spheres, ability spheres, all that stuff based on what enemies you defeat. So if you fight somebody quick, you'll get a quick thing. If you fight somebody with an annoying ability, you'll get an ability sphere, stuff like that. That's where that extract speed comes in. You hit the enemy with that and you'll get at least 1 speed sphere. And you get an attack like that for every type of sphere except for key spheres, which is annoying as all heck. The only reliable way to get certain speed spheres, because there are enemies that drop them, but there is one specific enemy you gotta bribe in order to get any amounts of level 4 speed spheres. And that is annoying. Configure. Memory. This will help a lot. No, wrong button. Dive! Yeah, this place used to be above ground. It's a docking center. If you played Final Fantasy before, can you guess what docked here? Time to save. Always save. You see a new spear? Save. Usually it means something annoying's about to happen. New to RPGs? Save. Save often. New to video games? Save. Save often. I like this. Just keep smacking it. That's fine. Eventually it'll work. Okay, no chests I believe in this area, so I'm just gonna go forward. Special steel. Okay, the reason I did what I did in the menu is to make it to where I can pretty much just press X. Once you set up the playing field, the cruiser will remember how you set it up. That way I can just keep pressing X and not have to bother with over much thinking. And there we go. But seriously, do not build up here. You only get like 2 experience. It is not worth it. Okay, I don't believe there is. Yay, more punching! Really shouldn't let this guy around electronics. He's gonna get y'all killed. So again, you can die to this guy. So do be careful. Heal when you need to. In fact, items, potion. That should do. I don't think I needed to do that, but it's best just in case. Now, use grenade. Yeah. Stand by. This will heal you a little bit. That way you don't have to waste too much on, potions and stuff. Use grenade. But it also doesn't defend, It's not gonna have any damage. But it does help. Ooh, pincer attack. That'll help a lot. Why doesn't Riku do that? Yeah, well. This is why I was stealing so much from the whatchamajiggers. So I wouldn't have to waste turns on stealing grenades from this guy. That way he has less time to... Yeah. And there we go. When you get the chance, try to overkill. Most of the time, it will give you bonus items. Not always, but most of the time. Ooh, new level. I try to use these as much as possible, whenever possible. I need a power sphere. You'll know when you're able to use it because they'll be highlighted. But I only have speed spheres right now. Okay, you should be golden from now on. I don't believe there'll be any fights from now on. But now we get to see the first look at the big prize she was talking about. And again, any Final Fantasy veterans should know what I'm talking about as soon as they see it. Looks a little different from your, classic ones. But looky there. Do you see it? When I first played the game, I couldn't see it. I honest to God couldn't. That'll come into play later. Yeah, it just blended in too well. Now I see it though. Granted, when I first played it, I was like 8 and was barely paying attention to the screen, mostly because there was very little talking, but that's me.
Verfutra Irschen!
Tradanupt van een neker.
Well, that kind of spoiled it.
Hoof, roofdu, tungadib. We, Wichita!
Hey! Hey, I helped out, didn't I?
I like how his model was carrying that gun. I know that was probably a glitch or something, but the way he held it, it was like by the stock,
Hungry.
if I remember my gun parts right.
Whoa! Right on.
And this goes to show you, kids, don't scarf down your food, you'll choke.
It's because you eat too fast. Hey!
Hello there. What is your name?
Riku?
Whoa! You really do understand. Woo-hoo-hoo! Huh? Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't get a chance to. Everyone thought we were a fiend.
We?
Oh, we means you.
Please note spelling.
Who are you guys anyway?
We're Al Bhed. Can't you tell? Wait, you're not an Al Bhed hater, are you?
I don't even know what an Albed is.
Where are you from?
Xanarkand. I'm a blitzball player. Star player of the Xanarkand Abes.
Did you hit your head or something?
You guys hit me?
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
So I told her everything there was to tell about Xanarkand. About life there, Blitzball, and Sin's attack. And about how Aaron and I were engulfed in this light. I just said things as they came to mind. But then I started to wonder. Did I say something funny?
You were near Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you'll be better in no time. They say your head gets funny when Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
You mean I'm sick?
Because of Sin's toxin, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, there is no Xanarkand anymore. Sin destroyed it 1,000 years ago. So no one plays blitzball there.
Huh? What do you mean, 1,000 years ago? But I saw Sin attack Xanarkin. You're saying that happened 1,000 years ago? No way!
Okay, save. Don't think I really need to at the moment. But this is a good stopping point. Well, not stopping point. I still got a half an hour of recording time. But I just kind of want to explain a couple things. What were they? So when I first played this game the first time, I thought time travel. And that fit the theory quite well up until a certain point in the game where they actually tell you what's really going on. So I don't think I'm spoiling anything, but no, he did not travel through time. You'll find out why in a few minutes. Well, no, actually, few hours by your standard if you're watching all my videos. Maybe weeks, depending on how many videos I put out a day. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I got all the cutscenes, because there are a couple hidden ones in weird spots where if you do something wrong, you might miss it.
You said... you play blitzball?
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca. Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca? Huh.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'll go tell the others. Wait here. Oh, and one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkand, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
Oh, uh-huh. My Xanarkand? Some kind of holy place? Yeah, right, I thought. Since when? Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place, that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future? No way! Whoa!
Excuse me. Sorry if you hear me drinking my soda.
Shin! Shinik Musa! Etonic! Etonic!
Whoa! Ah!
Okay, I don't know if you see that on screen. I'll have to check later. But I figured out the mute button on my mic. I didn't even see it before. Neat. I'll probably be hitting that from now on.
Blitzball!
Hey, you okay?
Hey!
Okay, as I was saying, I'll probably be hitting the mute button on the mic. By the way, go over here, you'll get an important item. But yeah, I'll be hitting the mute button every time there's a cutscene from now on, so sorry if that little thing in the corner screen bothers you, but I figured it's better than me giving in to my urge to talk on, you know, certain scenes. That way you guys can... Yeah. So, this is the Moon Crest. Each special weapon for each character, you need 2 items, a sigil and a crest, to unlock their weapons' full abilities. The weapons themselves are the only ones in the entire game that ignore defense when doing damage. So, say you do 500 with a regular sword, you might do 600 or 700 with the special weapons, just because it now ignores the enemy's defense and special defense, mind you, for, you know, magic users. Yeah, brain part. So yeah, again, I am not doing a platinum run. I am not skilled enough with certain things in order to do so, but I will do my best to get as many trophies as I can along the way. So let's continue.
Yo. Hiya.
You wanna try that move one more time?
Finally. Things were starting to look up.
You know, amateur. Who you play for?
The Xanarkin Abes.
What team you say again?
I meant, forget that. I got too, close to Sin, and my head's all foggy like. So, I don't know where this place is. Or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to you. But you're still alive. Praise be to Yevon. All right, back to practice. I'm Waka, coach and captain of the Besaid Aurochs, brother. What, you hungry? Okay, back to the village. I'll get you something.
Okay, so Yevon is based a lot off of the Catholic Church. So you'll see a lot of like, I won't say references, but if you look at how they act and how they do things, someone who's seen a lot of the Catholic Church probably can connect some dots. But to me at least, sorry, I'm checking for chests. Here we are. Anyways, I've seen a lot of, you know, the good and the bad of the Catholic Church. And in this game, it takes a lot from that. Like, at the lower levels, you'll find a lot of the better people. And at the higher levels, you'll find, just like any government body, and yes, I consider the Catholic Church a government body. They do own the Vatican, and it is basically its own sovereign state. But yeah, just like any government body, you'll find the most corrupt. And that's basically how Yevon is in this game, as you'll see later.
I felt like I could trust this Waka, so I just had to ask. It's true Xanarkand was destroyed, right? 1,000 years ago? So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities. And Xanarkand along with them. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. Just like you said. If you ask me, sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me, though, is we gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way back when. Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
It was just as Riku said. Waka and Riku couldn't both be lying. Why would they?
But you from the Xanarkand Daves, that was a good one, huh? Hey, I'm not saying that team never existed, yeah? But you gotta figure, a team living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home. For now, I just live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better, maybe.
So, this game, storytelling-wise, uses what I like to call the amnesia trope. It's not genuine amnesia in this case. It's more like he's new to this world. He's new to how things are done. He doesn't understand the basics, and you're able to learn alongside him all the ins and outs of this world. It's a good stand-in character for, you know, anyone, like say you yourself was transported to Spira. This would be probably how you act in some cases, like faking amnesia, saying you got close to Sin so people would believe you, stuff like that. And it's a good way to learn about the world. I just really think it was a good form of storytelling.
Hey, it's this way.
Actually, it's the other way. But yeah, I just think it's a good form of storytelling that is useful for things like video games or books, where it's a lot easier to, you know, give info dumps and stuff a more natural way too. Obviously, you got this character who's confused about everything, So you need to explain it to him. He's obviously, you know, jock-minded. Mind you, that is not an insult. He's just more, I wouldn't call him a scientist, is what I'm saying. So you'd probably have to use simpler terms, like, instead of using the scientific names of things, you say, hey, this was this way for this reason. And they'd probably get it just as easily as anyone else. It's, again, I'm not saying anyone's stupid. I am not. I'm jock-minded myself, mind you. I get some scientific terms, mostly because I play a lot of sci-fi games. But even then, it's like, you gotta dumb down a lot of explanations for me. And I'm glad a lot of video games actually do. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even understand half of what I do.
Huh?
Have a nice trip. See you next ball. Sorry, dad joke.
What's the big idea?
So yeah. Again, sorry if I insulted anyone without meaning to. I didn't really think through what I was saying until, you know, I realized, hey, this could actually be taken pretty offensively. So I apologize if I upset anyone. I don't think I did. Good, I can finally use... Sorry, I'm looking for chests. There are some chests in this area. And I can't remember the exact... Oh, there's one. You cannot come back to this area, mind you. So do explore around if you're wanting to do a 100% run. Like, get all the chests, get all the whatever. Then, do make sure that, you explore every area. If you're doing a speed run, that's a totally different scenario. Later down the line, these guys get poisoned. It's really annoying. So a lot of people will choose Waka, Titus, and Riku as their main three, and I can see why. Those three are the only ones that can swim out of all your party members that you get. Sorry, checking around the corner. Anyways, they're the only ones that can swim. So when later down the line you have a side quest to capture monsters, to capture those monsters that are underwater like this, you'll need these three to be up to at least a certain level of strength. And that makes sense. Sorry. Bugs me when things are out of place. Nothing? Okay. Again, I'm kind of looking for the treasure chests. Anyways, and I can see why. Riku's a decent healer, especially when you get some magic under her belt. Waka can hit the aerial enemies. That's his gimmick. He's basically the archer, except he uses a blitz ball in order to do it. Weird, but fitting. When you can launch a thing about the same speed as a cannonball, well, come on. So yeah. It makes sense that you would be able to, yeah. Okay, so I'm at my 5-minute mark. I'm going to probably... Let's see, what time is it? Once I get out of the water, or at least close to, because there's a cutscene and it's pretty long, I'll probably call it after this fight and start my next video. It might be a shorter video because I do have to work in the morning. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it here, everyone, and I will see you in the next video.